Hello and welcome, this is Mouse Gunner and we're back with some more For the King. I would like to do another playthrough of this game as my first playthrough ended in defeat, and I think that was in a large part due to inexperience with the game causing me to make some bad strategic decisions, and I think I've learned from that last playthrough. Now for this playthrough I have unlocked a new character class, the Trapper, with what lore I had. And I would like to start the new playthrough. Now, I did start this adventure, and it really didn't go particularly well. And I decided to back out because it was just really bad luck early on where I had engagement, and I had a bunch of party members die because I probably got involved in a combat I maybe shouldn't have at the stage of the game I was. It was very, very early. But in case, this is the party I would like to roll with as I am using two new character classes. Now, one thing that may have been the reason why I didn't do so well in this attempt of a playthrough is the fact that we are not particularly well-rounded. Pretty one-dimensional. We don't have much in the way of strength across the party, not much in the way of vitality across the party. We're more awareness and movement focused, so more mental and agility focused. So the two new character classes that we have, the Minstrel and the Trapper, have some new things to bring to the table. First off, starting with the Trapper, we have Elite Ambush, something that I thought the Hunter had, but I guess I was mistaken in my first playthrough. The Hunter has Elite Sneak. I thought he also had ambush abilities, but the Trapper has that, so that's good to add into the party. It gives us some options in dealing with enemy encounters. We also have Elite Trap Disarm as opposed to the Trap Evasion that the Hunter has, and then we have a skill called Counterattack. Starting equipment, we have a Hunting Spear and a Buckler, and we start with lockpicks as well as a little bit of gold, not a lot of gold, but the lockpicks will be very useful in the case that we encounter a chest or what have you in a dungeon. The Minstrel is kind of a spellcaster. Skills are Encourage and Inspire. I've seen these in play with the one attempt that I did do, where it seemed like every so often, I'm not sure which of these abilities it is, will give the other party members an automatic success in a role they're trying to do if they're in combat with the Minstrel, so that's a good ability. We have the Simple Loot, which is the weapon of the Minstrel, and then we have a starting gold of 12, which is pretty good, all things considered. I think that's the best I've seen so far. So this is a class I'm going to roll, but this may be a problematic party just because of its one-dimensional nature, but let's go ahead and try, and hopefully I'll have a little bit better starting luck. Because we have the story, which is more or less the same, and we also have the start, which is again the same. So the Queen tells us we have to save Farul, the kingdom, and we have to go to Woodsmoke, this village here, to talk to Hildebrand to get our quest. It's going to be the same quest we had in the first playthrough, at least at this stage of the game. The map is procedurally generated and different every time, but the first quest you get, and it seems like subsequent quests are all the same. I don't know if that's something they're going to change, but for now, that is definitely the case. All right, so we have a couple combats here. Looks like Robin Hood's going to go first. Unfortunately for me, he gets maximum movement. Now, I do want to take a look here. See, I kind of want him to be in this combat, but I was hoping to ambush. And we would need to use Scarlet for that. And I actually don't know what turn order we're going to get, because it seems like it starts randomly on who's going to go first. I'm going to assume Marion is next, but I don't want to blow his movement here, because to keep him in the area, I mean, in theory, he can participate in a combat that is one outside. Alternatively, what I could do is I could come over here and I could attack this guy. This wouldn't draw anyone into the combat. And then I could move back so that we're available for the combat when it is Marion's turn, and then we can try and ambush this guy. Let's try that. So we're just going to do a normal attack here. So some things I'm going to try and do differently than I did in my last playthrough. In my last playthrough, I tried to rush to get the quest done before the quest deadline. I think that is the wrong strategy. I think the better strategy is to play out the game, try and get your party members experience and equipment to upgrade them, and allow the deadline to pass every so often, because if we complete the quest, we get rid of all the chaos. So as much as the chaos can have bad ramifications, it's not the end of the world if we get one or two. So hopefully we have some good luck and don't have a bunch of party members die unlike the first combat we do, like I had in my last playthrough. But I did engage a combat that was maybe a little bit too difficult for a starting party. In any case, let's go ahead and go over here and fight this guy. Should just be one beast man, so we should be able to handle that. All right, we're going to have all three of our party members go before him. So I think we're just going to go ahead and do normal attacks here. All right, he does have armor, so I may want to keep that in mind. So both Marion and Robin Hood, the hunter and the trapper, have this ability where we can ignore armor. We have to get a perfect to do so, which is kind of tough, but I think it's worth a shot here. Oh, we actually managed to get it. So, wow, that went really well. All right, so we have a decent start, and we get a weapon that I am going to have somebody collect so we could sell it. Unfortunately, we can't use it because nobody has very good strength skill, but we'll collect it with Robin Hood. All right, well, that's definitely a good start. I'm going to move back into the town that we start in. Oh, okay, well, it looks like we're going to have another combat here. I'm just going to go ahead with it because it's a 0 difficulty fight. Let's go ahead. It looks like it's going to be able to go first, so we're going to have a little damage done to Will Scarlet there. And I'm just going to do a normal attack. All right, so there was the ability of the minstrel there, adding in a success to that roll. And if we succeed here... Oh, again, encourage. So that is the skill, encourage. It gives you an automatic success in the combat. It seems to happen kind of randomly, though. Okay, so... Boost XP. All right, that's interesting. I'm going to give that to Marion, I guess. All right, we still have a turn to go. As a matter of fact, we have a couple points here, so I'm going to go ahead and move past. All right, now it's Will Scarlet's turn. So, again, I was not actually sure of how this turn order goes. So I guess it slides to the right. All right, well, if we move there, we should be okay with Will Scarlet being involved in this combat. So okay, go ahead and... All right, I'm not sure exactly what that Inspire ability did. Maybe it gave us back some focus. I can actually look these things up. I believe there's an encyclopedia somewhere. But I think I'm going to come over, I'm going to kill this Beastman. But this time, I'm going to try and use the ambush skill because we should be better at it. I might blow a focus point just to ensure that we get it because there are ramifications for failing an ambush. Usually speaking, the person you're attacking gets an initiative bonus, which you don't want them to have. Let's go ahead and try this now. All right, we succeed. So now we have an initiative bonus over the enemy. All right, so we know this guy's going to have good armor. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the attempt here. Unfortunately, we failed the rolls, so we did no damage, but this should be full damage here. And it looks like we're going to get to go again, so let's try that roll again. This time we get an encourage, which unfortunately we still only roll one success, even though we got that as an automatic success. He's going to roll full successes, but we managed to dodge it. Okay, so now we finally get to see what the Minstrel does. So the Minstrel is more or less a spellcaster, so we've got magical damage, but we also have a new ability here, the Stun, which is a very likely occurrence to happen, but I figure this guy probably doesn't have any magical resistance at all, so if we get decent successes, we should kill him. There we go. See, even just 2 successes is all we needed. Okay, worn leather boots. This is going to give us +1 armor to whoever we give it to. Now, all of our characters, I think... Yeah, the only character that doesn't have armor right now is Will Scarlet. So I'm going to go ahead and equip that with Will Scarlet. We can always move those items around as we need it. Okay, so we have another Beastman Raider over there. I'm not really seeing anything cool on the map like one of those devotion areas. Okay. I haven't really done anything with the ocean vessels yet, but here's a building that you can buy an ocean-going vessel, and then you can travel the seas. I think I'm just going to move over to Woodsmoke for now. Oh, okay. Try as you might to hear or see something within, all is black and silent. Okay, so I can use focus to help me out with this. And Marion does have lockpicks, so if we do get a treasure chest, she could open it. I'm going to burn one focus to try and give myself a chance for success here. There's only a 5% chance I would fail at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and attempt it. Oh, of course we fail. What a bunch of crap. Alright, so she's going to have a turn skipped, unfortunately. And also we lose out on the focus. Alright, well, we can make it to the town, so let's go ahead and do that. A lot of enemies in the area. Okay, so we get 4 experience. Now we're going to get our quest. Okay, so there's something going on in the Glittering Mines. And we have to do the cult device thing, which is the same thing we had to do in the last playthrough. Okay. And in the town, we can go to the market. I don't think we have enough gold for anything. Although I could buy this, which would allow me to replenish health, which is a good item to get, I think. But I think at this point oh, actually, no, I can sell an item, can't I? Because Robin Hood has an item in his inventory that we are not going to be able to use. So we can sell that for 3 gold. He now has 12 gold. So let's take a look at that market again. Let's close the inventory. All right, so we can get an old leather helm. It's going to give him +1 armor and +1 resistance. Or we could get traveling boots, which gives him armor, evasion, and +1 awareness and +1 speed. I think that is dramatically better than this at the same cost. So I'm going to go ahead and buy that. And equip it. There we go. And that should actually make him more accurate as well, as awareness is the ability he uses to attack. And I think, why don't we open up the quest board? So we have delivery, and if we do it, we get an item. Delivery quests are fairly easy, I would say. Bounty requires you to kill something on the map. And usually I think it spawns it in too. Let's go with an item delivery. Okay, so deliver the local map to this, and we get black candy. You know what? Beastmen. Yeah, let's do this one for gold. Alright, so that's the guy we have to kill. And that shouldn't be too hard, as everybody should be in range of him. So whoever goes next can pretty much do that quest immediately. And yeah, everybody is in range. Robin Hood is just barely in range. Now, Will Scarlet is a little bit hurt, and I am a little bit concerned with that, but let me take a look here real quick. Cult device is down this way, so we're going to have to move that way anyway. So yeah, why don't we go ahead and do this combat, because it makes just perfect sense to do so. I'm not going to try an ambush here. Okay, so it doesn't appear that he has a shield, so he might not have that great of armor. I'm just going to go with the better chance of success and get almost no successes. Okay. Well, again, better chance of success here. All right, we got better successes there. Unfortunately, the character that we don't want to be taking damage just took some damage. All right, so magical attack here. Hopefully we get some good successes. There we go. All right. And who do we want to have collect this gold? Well, Will Scarlet is pretty damaged, and we could use the gold to heal her at the town, which might not be a bad choice. Alternatively, we could give the gold to Marion, who doesn't have that much gold. You know what? Let's just collect. I think you can shift gold around, so... Alright, I'm going to go to the town, even though we could move on. Just because I think with how much damage we've taken at this point, it'd be wise to heal. So let's go do that. Okay, well, I think I don't have much of a choice here. I could try and sneak past, but my fail chance is pretty high. I could ambush. I could use the... Yeah, screw it. We're just going to fight. Not really liking this. Oh, actually, we drew... maybe I should have ambushed. Alright, well... The Dire Crow is the intelligent thing to fight here, because we get a bonus to damage. But at the same time, we might be able to kill the Timberwolf before it gets to go again. You know what? I'm going to go with the more intelligent choice. Alright, well that's lovely. 1 damage short. And of course they attack Will Scarlet. Alright, I'm going to go for the Timberwolf here, because there is a likelihood I might kill it. So, let's try. Okay. If we roll well with Will Scarlet, we could kill it. So, I figure we try. I'm going to actually blow a focus here, even though I don't really like the fact that we're doing that. Just to ensure we kill him. You gotta be kidding me. Keep picking the wrong guy. Well, you know, that's the AI doing an intelligent thing, though, honestly. Oh, now we get the good roll when we don't need it. Okay, so some XP bonus. I'll give that to Will Scarlet, I guess. And finally go to the town. And we're going to go to services. Saying at the end, we'll regain a modest amount of HP and focus. Or we could go to the healer and get fully healed. And considering how much damage we've taken, I think it's advisable. It's cost more gold. And we don't get any focus out of it, but I think that is the wiser move. Okay, then let's go to the market. Okay, so going through these items, the thing that we're best at, although we're not bad mentally, the thing we're best at is a different stat altogether. And hardy heal, support combat range. Okay, well... We get a lot more damage, but it's not the skill that we're best at. Well, why don't we just go ahead and buy things that are going to help this character. So, leather vest, scholar wraps, so this gives us intelligence but brings down strength. Or we could do cloth shoes, which gives us talent and luck. I think talent is the skill that this character uses. But we lose out on armor. Because we are already wearing shoes. Now we could pass that on to somebody else. I think the leather vest is actually a good deal. I mean, it consumes most of the gold that she has. We actually didn't get fully healed, too. I'm noticing. Oh, no, wait, that Will Scarlet. I'm looking at Marion. Okay. I'm tempted to get the leather vest for Will Scarlet to bring up the defenses. That would consume most of the gold that we have, but I think it's worth it. Now, I could possibly get items that would be equivalent to this stuff by chance, but I think it's a good call to go ahead and use this stuff. So buy and equip, or buy the stuff when we can. Alright, so Will Scarlet's pretty well decked out. Let's go ahead and take a look at the quest board. There isn't anything, of course, so we'll end turn. Okay, so she lost her turn because of the vent in the cave that we should have passed, and that was bull crap that we didn't. Alright. I come here, I think from what I saw, the Will Scarlet should be able to initiate combat, because if I take a look in the inventory here with the simple loot, it says support combat range, which is the same thing as a bow. If we look at Robin Hood instead, you'll see that his bow says the same thing. The support combat range. So that's good. That means that we'll still get her involved. Now, if I do this combat normally, I will draw this other Beastman in. I might want to try and do an ambush. I think it would be worth blowing... Oh, what do we have here? Okay, you find yourself... I would like to find something, so I'm going to put 1 point of focus in here and attempt. Alright, we succeed. Alright, so we gain an item. Relieves the effects of poison. All right, I'll collect that. And... okay, collect that. We're going to try an ambush here. I'm going to put some focus into it. We have pretty good chance. All right, we succeed. That should draw all of our party members, but none of the enemy. And we do get a bonus as well. I'm just going to go with the normal attack because I don't see him with a shield. So I figure this is going to work okay. Unfortunately, we didn't get enough successes, but as long as we can continue to hit them. Let's, I'm going to try and do the stun. If I get a perfect, then he doesn't get to go. I think it skips him. So unfortunately, we did not get it. So he is going to get to go here and do good damage on us. All right. I figure we got this guy now. Down he goes. We had gotten that stun off, and that might be something I want to think about using more. Okay, a decent loot. So, if we take a look here, it does more damage. It has more abilities, from what I see. And it doesn't give us as much of a gold multiplier, but I don't know if I care about that. But yeah, damage, that's good. Let's go ahead and equip. Alright, so that wasn't too bad. And I guess we move over. Oh, okay, what does this do? Full heal plus 25% XP multiplier. Okay. And you know what? I think this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I think we're starting to have a decent run here. We're getting equipment, and I think I've made a little bit better decisions here on how we engage things, and I have blown through a lot of focus, I will admit, but I think things are pretty much going as planned so far. In any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.